Hi friends, welcome to another video of Indian Financial Service. The topic for today's discussion is the history of mutual funds in India. In the last video we have discussed about different mutual fund schemes and the concept of mutual funds. All those who want to look at the things, you can go and verify the previous video, that is a part 1 of mutual funds. This is a part 2 video where we are going to discuss about the history of mutual funds in India. A mutual fund is a trust or a pool investments by investors who share a common financial goal. This pool is invested in several financial instruments such as shares, debt instruments, bonds, etc. by the company managing that trust. This company is called an asset management company. The returns so generated are later distributed among the members of the pool into the ratio of their investments. Mutual funds are formed when an asset management company or AMC pools investment from various individuals and institutional investors to purchase securities. The AMCs have fund managers to manage investment from investors. In short, mutual fund club investments from various investors to invest their money in bonds, stocks, and other similar avenues. Mutual fund investors are assigned with the fund units corresponding to their quantum of investment. The investors are allowed to purchase or redeem fund units at the current net asset value, that is called NAV. The NAV of mutual funds varies daily as per their underlying fund asset. Mutual funds are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is called SEBI, and hence they can be considered as a safe investment haven. A significant advantages of mutual fund investing is that the investors can diversify their portfolio at a relatively lower investment amount. The mutual fund industry in India started in 1963 with the formulation of Unit Trust of India at the initiative of Government of India and Reserve Bank of India. The history of mutual funds in India can be broadly divided into 4 distinct phases. After that, the 5th phase started on after 2014. So total number of phases right now, there will be 4 plus 1, 5 distinct phases are there. Let us see the first phase, that is in between 1964 to 1987. Unit Trust of India was established in 1963 by an Act of Parliament. It was set up by the Reserve Bank of India and functioned under the regulatory and administrative control of RBI. In 1978, UTA was delinked from the RBI and the Industrial Development Bank of India took over the regulatory and administrative control in place of RBI. The first scheme launched by UTA was Unit Scheme 1964. At the end of 1988, UTA had rupees 6,700 crores of asset under management. The second phase, that is called the entry of public sector fund phase, started in between 1987 to 1993. 1987 marked the entry of non-UTI public sector mutual funds set up by public sector banks and Life Insurance Corporation of India and General Insurance Corporation of India. SBI Mutual Fund was the first non-UTI mutual fund established in June 1987. It is followed by Can Bank Mutual Fund December 1987, Punjab National Bank Mutual Fund, August 1989. Indian Bank Mutual Fund, November 1989. Bank of India Mutual Fund, June 1990. Bank of Baroda Mutual Fund, October 1992. LIC established its mutual fund in June 1989. GIC set up its mutual fund in December 1990. And after that, at the end of 1993, the mutual fund industry had asset under management of rupees 47,004 crores. Let us see what's happened in the third phase. That is the entry of private sector funds, that is in between 1993 and 2003. With the entry of private sector funds in 1993, a new era started in Indian mutual fund industry, giving in Indian investors a wider choice of funds families. Also in 1993 was the year in which the first mutual fund regulation came into being, under which all the mutual fund except UTI were to be registered and governed. The erstwhile Kothari pioneer, now merged with Franklin Templeton, was the first private sector mutual fund registered in July 1993. The 1993 SBI mutual fund regulations were substituted by a more comprehensive and revised mutual fund regulations in 1996. The industry now functions under the SEBI Mutual Fund Regulations 1996. The number of mutual funds houses went on increasing, with many foreign mutual funds setting up funds in India, and also the industry has witnessed several mergers and acquisitions. As at the end of January 2003, there were 33 mutual funds with a total asset of rupees 1,21,805 crores. The Unit Trust of India with rupees 44,541 crores of asset under management was the way ahead of their other mutual funds. During fourth phase, that is in between 2003 to 2014. In this phase, in January 2003, following the repeal of the Unit Trust of India Act 1963, UTI was bifurcated into two separate entities. One is the specified undertaking of a Unit Trust of India with asset under management of rupees 29,835 crores as at the end of January 2003, representing broadly the asset of US 64 schemes, assured return and certain other schemes. The specified undertakings of a Unit Trust of India, functioning under the administrator and under the rules framed by Government of India, and does not come under the purview of mutual fund regulations. The second is the UTI mutual fund, sponsored by SBI, PNB, BOB and LIC. It is registered with SEBI and functions under the mutual fund regulations. With the bifurcation of the erstwhile UTI, which had in March 2000 more than rupees 76 crores of asset under management, and with the setting up of a UTI mutual fund conforming to the SEBI mutual fund regulations, and with the recent mergers taken place among different private sector funds, the mutual fund industry has entered its current phase of consolidation and growth. The mutual fund business is a highly untapped market as 74% of the asset under management, that is AUM, comes for the country's top 5 cities. Also, with such large and noticeable mergers, there has been consolidation in the mutual fund industry. SEBI also has come up with various initiatives, including investor awareness as well as trying to expand reach beyond the top 15 cities. With various investor friendly initiatives, the industry assets under management or AUM has seen a rise over the years. With increasing income, urbanization of the population, ever increasing reach via technology, better connectivity, the mutual fund industry is in for a bright future. Let us see what's happened in the fifth phase. That is, in the fifth phase since May 2014 onwards. This is the last phase. Taking cognizance of the lack of penetration of mutual funds, especially in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, and the need for greater alignment of the interest of various stakeholders, SEBI introduced several progressive measures in September 2012 to re-energize the Indian mutual fund industry and increase mutual funds penetration. In due course, the measures did succeeded in reversing the negative trend that had set in after the global meltdown and improved significantly after the new government was formed at the center. Since May 2014, the industry has witnessed steady inflow and increase in AUM as well as the number of investors' folios, that is in the form of accounts. The industry's AUM crossed the milestone of rupees 10 trillion, that is 10 lakh crores, for the first time as on 31st May 2014, and in short span of 2 years the AUM size has crossed 15 lakh crores in July 2016. The overall size of Indian mutual fund industry has grown from 3.26 trillion as on 31st March 2007 to 15.63 trillion as on 31st August 2016, the highest AUM ever and 5-year-old increase in a span of less than 10 years. In fact, the mutual fund industry has more doubled its AUM in the last 4 years from rupees 5.87 trillion as on 31st March 2012 to rupees 12.33 trillion as on 31st March 2016, and further grown to 15.63 trillion as on 31st August 2016. The number of investors' folios has gone up from 3.95 crores folios as on 31st 3 2014 to 4.98 crores as on 31 8 2016. On an average of 3.38 lakhs, new folios are added every month in the last 2 years since June 2014. Mutual fund distributors have been providing such needs last mile connected with the investors, particularly in smaller towns, and this is not limited to just enabling the investors to invest in appropriate schemes, but also helping investors stay on course through bouts of market volatility and thus experience the benefit of investing mutual funds. In fact, even though financial year 2015-16 was not a very good year for Indian security market, the mutual fund industry witnessed steady positive net inflows month after month, even when FIAs were pulling out in a big way. This was largely because on the hand holding of the investors by the mutual fund distributors and convincing them to stay invested and or invest at a lower NAVs when the market had fallen. Mutual fund distributors have also had a major role in popularizing systematic investment plans. It is called SIP over the years. In April 2016, the number of SIP accounts has crossed 1 crore mark, and currently each month avail investors contribute around rupees 3,500 crores via systematic investment plans. Foreign owned fund managers begin entering the market, setting up as joint ventures or standalone businesses. In 2014, the AUM passed rupees 10 trillion, that is 143 billion US dollars for the first time. Together with widespread economic reforms, these at least 10 plus years have seen significant growth across all parts of the financial service market, and especially in the growth of mutual funds. In late 2016, demonetization provided a significant boost and substantially increased in the number of retail investors. That's all regarding the topic of discussion of a mutual fund in India, and thank you all for watching the video, and see you in the next video. Thank you all.